You don't have a focus problem. You have a friction problem. And right now, without knowing it, friction is stealing something from you that you are never getting back. Not your time, not your energy, your attention. And the person who controls your attention controls your life. Stay with me for the next 2 minutes, because what I'm about to show you is so simple, it's going to make you angry that nobody told you sooner. Let me describe your morning. You wake up, you check your phone before your feet hit the floor. You scroll for 3 minutes, maybe 10, you're not sure. You get up, make coffee, check your email, see something that needs a reply, don't reply, think about replying. You sit down to start work. And somehow 45 minutes have passed and you haven't done a single thing that matters. Sound familiar? Here's what most people do next. They blame themselves. They tell themselves they're lazy, undisciplined, not built for this. That's wrong. And today, I'm going to prove it. I want to tell you about a writer. He wasn't failing. He wasn't procrastinating. He was doing everything right, or so he thought. Every morning, he made breakfast, cooked eggs, washed the pan, packed a lunch, felt productive. And then he sat down to write. And nothing came. For months, he thought the problem was the writing, the ideas, the talent. Then one morning, he tried something so strange, so counterintuitive, that it felt almost stupid. And it changed everything. I'll tell you exactly what he did in just a moment. But first, I need to show you the invisible mechanism that was sabotaging him every single morning. Because that same mechanism is running in your life right now. And it has nothing to do with how motivated you are. Here's what's actually happening. Every time you switch from one task to another, even a tiny switch, even a good one, your brain has to reboot. Neuroscientists call this task switching cost, and the research is brutal. Every single switch, from email to Slack, from Slack to your project, from your project to a notification, costs you an average of 23 minutes to fully recover your focus. 23 minutes for one switch. Think about how many times you switch before noon. Now think about what that's actually costing you. This is friction, not laziness, not weakness, not a character flaw. Friction is the invisible tax your brain pays every single time you change direction. And most people are paying that tax 20, 30, 40 times a day and wondering why they feel exhausted by 2 p.m., having accomplished almost nothing. You're not broken, you're just switching too much. And the truly terrifying part, most of those switches feel productive. Checking email feels like work. Responding to a message feels like progress. Making breakfast feels like self-care. But your brain doesn't care if the switch felt good. It still pays the tax. Every time. No exceptions. So back to that writer. He sat down one morning and made a list. Not a to-do list. A friction list. Everything that happened between waking up and sitting down to write. Alarm. Phone. Coffee. Eggs. Pan. Dishes. Lunch. Bag, desk. He counted 11 decisions before he wrote a single word. 11 tiny switches. 11 taxes before 9 a.m. So he did something radical. He eliminated breakfast entirely. No food, no cooking, no dishes, no decisions. Just coffee and a blank page. And within 1 week, he had written more than he had in the previous 2 months combined. He didn't find motivation. He didn't fix his mindset. He didn't download a productivity app. He just removed friction. And here's the question I want you to hold on to, because we're going to come back to it. Where in your morning are you paying a tax you don't even know exists? Here's what's happening inside your brain when friction hits. Your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for deep focus, creative thinking, and complex decisions, runs on a limited fuel supply, glucose, essentially. And every decision you make, no matter how small, burns some of that fuel. This is what psychologists call decision fatigue. And the research shows it doesn't matter whether the decision is important or trivial. Your brain spends fuel either way. So by the time you sit down to do the work that actually matters, the work that moves your life forward, you've already burned through a significant portion of your cognitive fuel on decisions that meant nothing. Eggs or cereal? Reply now or later. This tab or that one. The most focused people on earth are not people with more willpower. They are people who have engineered their environments so that willpower is almost never required. They don't resist friction. They remove it before it appears. That is the entire game, right there. So what does this actually mean for you? It means the question you've been asking is wrong. Most people ask, how do I get more motivated? How do I stay disciplined? How do I stop getting distracted? Wrong questions. All of them. The right question is this. What is the one thing that deserves my full attention right now, and what is every single thing standing between me and that one thing? Because motivation is a feeling, and feelings are temporary. But a frictionless environment works whether you feel like it or not. That's the difference between people who consistently produce great work and everyone else. Not talent, not discipline, not waking up at 5 a.m., friction. Removed. Here's exactly how to build it. 3 steps. Step 1. Find your friction list. Tonight, not tomorrow, tonight, sit down and write out everything that happens between waking up and doing your most important work. Every single thing. Be brutal. Phone check, coffee, breakfast, shower, news, email, notifications, commute scrolling, desk setup. Now look at that list and ask one question for each item. Does this need to happen before my most important work, or am I just doing it out of habit? You will be shocked how many things on that list have no reason to be there. They exist because they've always been there, not because they serve you. The writer didn't need breakfast before writing. He needed breakfast. He didn't need it first. That one distinction is worth everything. Step 2. Protect 1 hour like it's your life savings. Pick 1 hour, the first hour after you sit down to work. During that hour, one task, one tab, one direction. No email, no Slack, no phone face up on the desk. And here's the critical piece most people miss. Don't rely on willpower to protect that hour. Remove the option entirely. Phone in another room. Not on silent, in another room. Email tab closed. Not minimized, closed. Notifications off. Not on vibrate, off. Because willpower is a battery, and your battery is already half drained before you even start. Don't spend it on resisting your phone. Just make your phone unreachable. Make the right choice the only choice. Step 3, practice the return. This is the step nobody talks about, and it's the most important one. Your attention will wander. That is not failure. That is biology. The difference between people who build deep focus and people who don't isn't that focused. People never get distracted. It's that focused people have practiced one micro skill until it's automatic. Noticing when attention wanders and bringing it back. Not with guilt, not with frustration, just back. Brain drifts to Instagram, back. Brain wonders what's in the fridge, back. Brain starts replaying a conversation from yesterday, back. Every single return is a rep, and reps build a muscle. The people who change their lives aren't the ones who never get distracted. They're the ones who get very, very good at coming back. Let me show you 2 versions of 30 days from now. Version 1, nothing changes. You keep switching, keep paying the tax, keep ending the day exhausted and behind. Keep telling yourself tomorrow will be different. Tomorrow has a way of looking exactly like today. Version 2. You find your friction list tonight. You remove 3 things from it. You protect 1 hour tomorrow morning. Your brain wanders 11 times in that hour. You bring it back 11 times. Day 2, 9 times. Day 15, 4 times. Day 30, you sit down and you just go. No fight, no resistance, just work. Same 30 days, same 24 hours. The only difference is what you removed. The writer I told you about kept going. 6 months after removing breakfast, he had finished a book. Not because he became a different person, not because he found some secret discipline he didn't have before. Because he stopped paying taxes on things that didn't matter and saved every drop of his attention for the one thing that did. That's the whole game. Your attention is the most valuable thing you own. More valuable than your time. More valuable than your money. Because without it, time is just hours passing, and money is just numbers on a screen. Protect it like it's everything. Because it is. Here's what I want you to do right now. Before you close this tab, before you check your phone, write down one thing. Not a list. One thing. The single most important thing you need to focus on tomorrow morning. Now pause this video seriously. Hit the spacebar right now and write it in the comments. One word. One sentence. Whatever it is. That comment is a promise to yourself, and the moment you type it, it becomes real. If this shifted how you think about focus, share it with one person who needs to hear it today, not later. Now before friction gets in the way. I'll see you in the next one.